Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 21 of Hearts of Iron 4 as the German Reich. And yes, I know all you guys in the comments complaining, I have made a fair few mistakes while I've been playing this campaign. Remember though, I am still learning the game and it is quite difficult sometimes to concentrate on doing a lot of different things at once, especially while you are trying to commentate at the same time. I know I've certainly been mismanaging my aircraft, certainly not been doing a good job with those. There's a few things that I would like to move around. For example, it would be nice if we could get some of our fighters and things over here as well. Get them all in sort of one spot. We've got a few things moving over there. What have we got over here actually? Tactical bombers, we're not too interested in those. I mainly want to get our fighters over here so that we can use them against the British. Now, one thing that someone did suggest, which is actually a really good idea, is currently I'm producing tactical bombers. At least I was producing tactical bombers. Yeah, should be producing tactical bombers, but I'm not really using tactical bombers. And what it has been suggested for me to do is actually use naval bombers instead, because naval bombers we can use to attack the British Navy, which is an absolutely fantastic idea. Although we don't have the better naval bomber research, so I think we will. We'll try and research our way up to the FW300 before we start building any naval bombers anyway. We'll try and get some more aircraft into position over here. One other thing that I do want to do, as people were saying, Italy have a lot of land, and that's true. But we can ask for things from Italy. So we could go to, Italy, and we can say, ask for control of a state, and if I say I would like, what does that state actually count as? Ile-de-France. So I can say, give me Ile-de-France. Doesn't mean they'll do it, but give me Ile-de-France. And, oh, got to do one at a time. So they might say yes. Let's just unpause. Yep, they have accepted request. So now Ile-de-France becomes ours. And the good thing is about taking these is that we gain all of the factories and things that are in there. We can invite to faction. This is... that says Blue Shirt Portugal. I honestly quickly glanced at that and thought that said Bullshit Portugal. Weird. We will invite you to the faction. You're already at war with all the same people, so it doesn't make an awful lot of difference. Let's take, is that Champagne? Champagne? Ask for control of the state. We'd like Normandy as well. We've got to do one at a time. Not too sure how often we can do it, if there's a limit on it. We would like, Normandy as well. See, they will hand the land over. The way that it works, who gets the land, it's all dependent on who's actually attacking from where the attack comes from. Iran, enemy has air superiority, not too bothered about that. And so even though the certain area might get taken by somebody else, it doesn't mean they own it, because the permanent ownership of land is decided in the peace deal. One other thing that I will want to do at some point is get some more troops so we can get some on the Soviet line, because even though we're allies at the moment, I don't think that is always going to be the case. We have insufficient resources. We need oil once more. And get some of that from the Soviet Union. What we could try and do is we have a look at the resource map. And see if there's any we can get from France, and there isn't really. We definitely get quite a lot of steel and aluminium if we were to take this area here. Can't ask for more control yet from Italy, but where was that one? Let's just have a quick look at that resource map. It is this one up here. where Leon is, which is... Why aren't you showing me the state? Rhone. So if you can give me control of Rhone. I see they're quite happy to hand it over. What you've got to remember, of course, is that any of these places that you take, you also have to deal with the... what's the word I'm looking for? You have to deal with the uprising, the unrest that you get there. So we do have a few more sort of military factories becoming available now. We could also ask for places with more ports, so we could build ships more quickly. So that's not a bad idea. So we could go ahead and ask for Brittany if we wanted to. So let's go ahead and ask for control of Brittany. And they're just going to keep accepting, you know, they'll just keep giving us stuff. So we've got control of Brittany now. We do still have a war going on down here. We are trying to fight against the British Raj, so we'll keep that going. Our victory in France is nearly complete. The French government has asked for an armistice, and our diplomats have prepared terms which they have agreed to. They will retain control of southern France while we are free to occupy the rest. So we could become control of a lot of places. Italy would become the owner of the rest of it. But they become the owner of control. We'll say we'll conquer it all because we don't want to make Italy permanent controller of all that stuff. Not yet, anyway. Italy is still struggling down there with Greece still. Deputy Führer Rudolf Hess was killed yesterday when the Royal Air Force intercepted the heavy fighter he was flying off the coast of Scotland. The exact nature of his mission remains unclear. Although Hess was an accomplished pilot, he flew alone and his airplane does not appear to have been armed. His remains were recovered by British authorities, but a state funeral with an empty coffin has been scheduled in Berlin. Hitler was reported as being visibly distraught by the death of his old friend. That poor fool. Okay, so we are basically trying to get down here and deal with the British Raj. We are moving down with our tank divisions. And we have our tank divisions down here. We are starting to sort of push it in. It's a little bit tricky getting in some of these spots. We have insufficient still oil. Again, get some more from the Soviets. So we'll just keep trying to move in with these tanks where we can. If you guys can just move into there. This, of course, is in the desert. Justification for conquering Mosul for the German Reich has finished. So this is still Iran that we're trying to take out because we're trying to get into Berlin. Now where is Mosul? I did fabricate against somebody and I can't remember who that was now. Not that it hugely matters. Everything seems to be going relatively well. So we'll carry on down here. If we can get rid of Iran completely, then we can start moving in and dealing with the British Raj. So we definitely want to try and... no, you guys move in here. We need to clear this pocket out up here. Now, I was bringing my tanks over at some point. Available war goal. Which is what? Yeah, take Mosul from Iraq. Which we will do at some point. Insufficient resources still. This time it's rubber. We can get a little bit of that from Japan. Now then, before we do anything else, I did move some more planes over here. What have we got? We've got tactical bombers standing by. We've got some fighters as well. Let's just go and delete that air wing there, because then it should all get added to this wing. So you're over the English Channel. Let's just delete all of these flipping tiny little fighter wings that aren't needed. Tactical bombers, I don't think we're going to have there for the time being. We'll stand the tactical bombers down. Create a new wing. Yeah, we'll just put those fighters with that one. We'll allow them to build up. Available war goal is to conquer Mosul from Iraq. Now I'm trying to decide why I wanted to do that. I obviously had a reason for doing it. Where is my where are my tanks? You guys are all moving north. This is why I wanted to get rid of Mosul, isn't it? I want to move in here. You guys should be all strategic redeployment. Then we can get rid of Iraq and just sort of drive straight through. That was the plan. I remember now. Paratroopers 3 is done. So what we're going to go and do now is work on, mind you, getting the better weapons would be better. No, let's get the planes done. We need them. So we're going to work on naval bombers. Are we actually running these air missions? I assume we are. We are over the English Channel. We are running that mission. Yeah, and we're just sort of doing air superiority. So we might be alright for getting paratroopers over there, actually. Where's our training divisions? Who do we have over here? We have a load of paratroopers. You're not currently exercising, so that is the Paras division. We do still need some more. We've got some more. These are the reserves. This is the actual training group. We do have some more Paras there. So let's go and select all of you guys. Add you up to that army. And then the rest of you are just going to continue training. Tanks will go into the reserves. That is fine. So that's all good. I'm quite happy with how that is going. We do need to make sure that we keep our eye on things down here. We did actually manage to push forwards, but let's go in here first and actually try and get rid of Iran. I think that's more important right now than trying to push into the British Raj. Hungary wants to send us 5 divisions. No, I don't really need them. We are still losing some factories, which is annoying. Let's have a look at construction. We're repairing civilian factories, but I think repairing military factories is a higher priority at the moment, along probably with some of these dockyards. So let's get the military factories sorted out where we can. Losing a bit of infrastructure here and there as well. Yeah, taking a lot of hits to military factories. Probably the British Air Force doing all of that, to be honest. But yeah, once we can actually move in with tanks, that'll make life a little bit easier for us. Italy want to send me 17 divisions. I'm still going to decline. What have we got going on down here? It's a battle between the British and the Soviets. Not sure which way around that is going to go. We've not had them actually land any troops for a while. They're still trying. They're definitely trying to throw stuff at us, but I think we're defending pretty well. They haven't landed anybody down in Africa yet. Getting down to Madagascar would be quite nice, but they probably do have naval superiority down there. They've probably got no air superiority. We could probably go and get the Paras in, to be honest. How easy would that be? And how are the rest of our Paras doing on the training? These medium tanks, they're going to go into the reserves. They'll all be done soon. I don't want to risk losing all of these Paras, but how long would it take to paradrop into Madagascar? And the question is it even possible? So click on our airbase to designate the takeoff point. The airbase must have available transport planes. And right-click on the province in range of that local transport base. So do we have any air bases down here that we could use? Potentially this one. So we clicked on this airbase. We do have some transport planes. Where are you? Paras. So let's try that again, because I think I did it wrong. Because it'd be nice if we could take out what's left of France. Adolf, the Red Battle Flyer, Duttman shot down by storm. Pilots returning from the English Channel reports that a squadron of British aircraft led by the infamous Storm focused on chasing down the Red Battle Flyer. After taking down a number of enemy aircraft and dodging several bursts from the British, or the Britishers, the Red Battle Flyer was overwhelmed by Storm and his Spitfire, who reportedly outmaneuvered him and ripped the fuel tank open with a clean hit. Adolf Duttman's FW-190A caught fire and went spiralling down over the English Channel in a violent inferno. Adolf Duttman has shown great courage throughout his service and was looked up to by many. The loss of this national hero is a great blow to the German Air Force and is a devastating blow nation as a whole. Knowing that while we grieve, the United Kingdom is celebrating Edmund Storm Roberts as a hero makes the tragedy even greater. Devastating loss for us all. So we've got our paratroopers selected. We'll try that once again. So we want to drop from here, and we don't want to drop into Madagascar. Not a valid province for a paradrop. Why isn't it? Maybe the transport planes don't have the range. It's the closest airbase we've got. So how about if we went from this one? Let's move you guys across. Just delete them from there. Add them to their transport planes. Thank you. Just don't think we have the range. I think that's the problem. So we want to paradrop from there. Yeah, we can't reach. Slightly out of range, and Portugal doesn't have any airstrips here that we can use, which is really annoying. So we'll take those transport planes out of there for now. We'll just have to wait a little bit longer while we continue watching stuff over here. So how are those tanks doing actually? Did we ever manage to get up onto that line? We did. So let's give you guys a front line order. You're going to go on the front line with Iran. And we will give you a offensive line, which will be all the way down here. Kuwait's actually owned by the UK there, but we can go and take Kuwait from them, so that'll be quite nice. But we'll get a bit of a planning bonus for doing that. In the meantime, we'll just let these guys go and sit on this line, because I think we've completely taken all of that land now away from Iran. And wow, the Americans have got a lot of units over here helping British Raj. The Americans are really fighting the Japanese hard, so we definitely need to go and help with that. That's owned by the United Kingdom. It'd be nice if we could go and get that down, wouldn't it? Let's go and we can go and try that and see how well it works. I don't know how we'd get back though. That's the problem. But taking it would be pretty cool. I don't know who all of these planes belong to. It's mostly allied areas, so I would assume most of these planes are probably on our side. So if we were, for example, let's go over here and assign our transports. I just want to see if this works, basically. So we're going to assign our transports over here. And then let's say that we want to go and take our paras. Are the other ones ready yet, actually? No, they're not, but the tanks all are. So you guys can all go and move into the reserves. So we're going to take our current paratroopers. And what were we going for? It was Cyprus, wasn't it? So if we tell you to take off from here... and land here. Might work. We'll see if it works. I can't guarantee that it will. How are you guys doing? You're ready to go. So we need to... No war goal to justify. I thought we'd declared war on you. Oh, we've got to justify the war goal. Conquer. Mosul. Or Mosul. And then we'll roll in with the tanks. So, you guys are doing what? No, you're the wrong army. It is you guys. Paras. Yeah, but you're not really doing anything, are you? Division belongs to an army but has no orders assigned. I thought I gave you orders. Does not have any orders. Okay, power drop. So you're going to take off from here and land there. There we go. Now that's going to work. And let's go for it. See if this works. To perform a power drop operation, we must have more than 70% air superiority in the next strategic regions. Inferior enemy division still preparing. We might be able to do it. We'll see what happens. We do want to produce some regular infantry as well, just for the Russian line, as I said before. Let me just pause up while we deal with some of the issues that are popping up now. So again, we're short on oil. So we get some more from the Soviet Union. And we want to recruit and deploy some standard infantry. And let's go for... there's one too many, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 times 6. Set you a location here. And you can join the training division. That was wrong. Clicking the wrong button again. The training division. No. Never like to do that, do you? It just doesn't work when I do it on there, I suppose. There we go. That's fine. Probably will need some more paras as we go, but I think that is all we're going to do for this video. When we come back, we will attempt to do that landing in Cyprus and see how that goes. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying Hearts of Iron 4. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.